I am Reid Nelson. This is Izzy Alcafas. This is This Week in Rec, Week 5, coming to you from Fridley Lifetime Fitness. Yesterday, big win for the Riddlers over the Red Devils, further establishing themselves as a rec powerhouse. I would say they're a rec powerhouse. They look like probably the best team in Bloomington South. Maybe the Gorillas, then them. Talk about their chances this season.
We said it before. I think they definitely have they've had this team and they've won Gold Cups with this team. They're a great blend of defense and offense because they're probably the third best defensive team in Bloomington, and probably in rec actually. And they're one of the top offensive teams, which is nice because usually with the Red Devils and Rebels, they're just really good defenses. So I like the Riddlers. I think that they have a legitimate chance of winning because Bittner adds another dimension to that team. He gives Bennett Lang another guy out there to score with him. Kind of opens up the court for everybody else as well with like the penetrating and things like that. So they definitely have a shot. They kind of expose the Red Devils in the fact that the Red Devils offense is really bad. Really bad. So yeah, they got a shot.
Okay, Mr. Chris Maher, runner-up MVP last season, has missed 4 straight games. He's on his honeymoon. His teams are 4-0 in those 4 games. The Gorillas have beaten 2 pretty solid teams, too. Would you say Chris Maher is the most overrated player in Ultimate Hoops?
Of course not. The Gorillas is a different team because we still have 6 guys that can score. Chris Maher's biggest asset is the fact that he can score 40 points in a given night efficiently, but we have 6 guys that can score offensively. So for the Gorillas, we don't miss them as much as the North Stars would miss them, and it showed tonight because the North Stars really struggled against who better, and I think they only won by 3 points. He's a top 3 player in rec, no doubt about it. Doesn't matter if we're 4-0 or the teams are 4-0.
Okay, you predicted that Paul Ferber would be ejected in the Rebels Big Smash game and that Big Smash would win. Paul Ferber was ejected 3 minutes and 51 seconds into the game. Here's the question, because honestly I'm sick of talking about it, but are the Rebels done? And I ask that because this is the exact same roster they've had now for, 10 seasons, 12 seasons, yep. And they've lost 4 out of 5 ever since teams started playing a zone on them. And honestly, I don't want to face that team in the playoffs because that team, I think, can still win and beat anybody. Right. But what's the matter with them?
It's an offense. It's the offense. They don't have anybody that can really score offensively efficiently. They have guys that can score, but they're not efficient enough. And when teams go zone on them, they don't have shooters. Well, they can shoot, but they don't have guys that can shoot 40%, 45% from deep, so they're missing that guy. So it really makes it difficult on them. And, with the whole Ferber thing, I think it's a lot of frustration as well. The team internally is getting frustrated, it seems. And when I was driving home last night, I was thinking, I honestly have a feeling that the Rebels aren't going to be the Rebels next season. I get that feeling, and I think they may have a bad season. They might go 3-5, and if they get bounced out of the playoffs early, and Ferber keeps having these meltdowns, I don't see why. I wouldn't want to play with it. That's just ridiculous. You don't let your team down 3 minutes 51 seconds into the game, regardless whether the refs were quick to the tee or not. You still can't do it. Ferber's got a target on his back from the refs. They know what to look for now, and especially when Hogan Ferber get into a game, they're going to be watched with a close eye. So he's got to start taking care of himself and his teammates because I'd like to see the Rebels stick around, but I don't think they will at this pace.
Okay, you watched the Bulls Turtles tonight. Bulls without Whiskas desperately needed a second scoring option. I think Helmy was 0-4 tonight from the field. Was this the best game you've seen the Turtles play in a couple seasons?
No, I wouldn't say that. I think they still struggled. They looked really sloppy at times. J-Sam wasn't getting going offensively. It was just a sloppy game from both teams. Really inefficient on both sides. Whiskas is huge. They need Whiskas because he's a guy that will he will score 20, 25 points on 50% shooting or better. And Stephen Kelsey picked up the slack tonight, but he needs to be there so the floor opens up for the rest of the guys. Helmy got doubled a couple times. Whiskas is out there. You can't double on his side. So it's a solid win for the Turtles, but if Whiskas is there, the game changes completely.
Okay, 7 beats the club tonight. They go to 4-0. They keep winning, and they won in convincing fashion as well. They play the Turtles next week. What's your early prediction for that game? 7 versus Turtles.
Here's the problem. I haven't been able to watch 7 extensively. I keep picking them to lose because generally young teams struggle. But then I'm sitting here doing stats, and then I see like 2 guys just like tip dunking it, and it's just like, well, maybe they got some athletes. But I couldn't tell you. I really can't tell you how good 7 is or not. And I saw one of them pointing over at me and like talking to his parents or something. And I think he's calling me out like, oh, that's the piece of shit that said that we're going to lose. So, and right.
Oh, no, he was mad because you called him a jerk.
What?
That's because you said they were acting like jerks?
I did?
Or was that
no,
Briggs who said
That's
that?
Briggs. Come on now. So Briggs said that. So that wasn't me. You know, I still think the Turtles win. Just you can't pick against the Turtles to a new team. I would like to see 7 win. That would be great. It would be an awesome storyline because I think 7 would then go 8-0 because their schedule is soft after that.
So hypothetical 7 goes 8-0. Where do you rank them in the tournament?
If the Gorillas win out, they'll be second.
7 will.
I'll give them second. I mean, if you beat the Turtles, that's your biggest test, and if you can pass that test and you go 8-0, and there's no other team in Bloomington or Fridley that goes 8-0, at this point there can't be. You give them the 2 seed. Why not?
Okay. Next week we will be broadcasting from Las Vegas, the Ultimate Hoops National Tournament. So we will not be here in Fridley. We will do our best to cover the action, even though I won't see any of the games. You'll see the Bloomington games on Wednesday. So that correct? You'll see.
Yeah, I'll be at both games.
Oh, you'll see both games. Okay, so we'll do This Week in Rec on Friday when you arrive in Las Vegas, and we'll see you all next Friday afternoon. Thank you, Ultimate Hoops Nation.